I just lost in tournament and now I have to interview. I'm tilted, by the way. You have 5
Yeah,
minutes and I'm leaving.
it's like post game on LEC. You've done a lot
Yeah.
of loser interviews in your life, so you're used to it. Welcome everyone in. Welcome to the off-season interviews. I'm here joined by the esteemed Matyáš, Carzzy, Orsag. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Probably not. Lovely to see you. You're actually wearing
Lovely to speak to you.
that T-shirt. I think you bought. It got delivered when I was staying with you. I'm pretty sure. I remember it.
Yes. Yeah, this is. It got delivered after 3 years. I bought it from some Chinese website. I forgot I ordered it, and then after 2 years or 3 years, it arrived. Amazing
Absolutely.
buy.
How are you doing? You just for context, for anyone who doesn't know, you're currently playing in a Czech streamer tournament.
Yes.
And I think that's what you were doing just before you joined us. Unfortunate loss. You seem to be playing with, I couldn't really figure out, factory workers, people who work at the
Yes.
supermarket on your team, or
Yes, exactly like that. Like
amazing.
students, workers, people that don't have job, homeless. I have a homeless mid laner, for example.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like he's legit homeless.
Where is he playing from? Internet cafe or?
Yeah, he's playing from internet cafe, and I took him to my team just to give him opportunity to like start his streaming career. Like no joke. I took him into the team to start his streaming career, so he doesn't have to live on the street anymore.
That's really lovely of you. That's really nice. I mean, I've always known you for being quite generous in that way. I suppose there's so many things we can talk about. We're quite good friends. We don't speak as much as we used to, but we don't talk like we used to. You know that song? It's a good one. You like singing as
Yes, I
well.
know it.
You've
Yeah,
got that
but
video of
I don't
you.
know the lyrics.
You've got that video of you singing on YouTube. Which one? What's the song you sing?
Closer by Chainsmokers.
Can you give us a little bit of that? Like little do the beginning.
Wait, bro, I need to pick up water and then I can do it.
Amazing.
So, baby, pull me closer in the backseat of your Rover.
You're not really. I need you to like get into the performance. Like, give me a little bit more. You know.
I don't have the performance in me,
You
bro.
don't have it. Okay, cool. But in any case, what I was saying is, yeah, we've been friends since I interviewed you, and I read fan fiction to you. I remember that back in the day. And yeah, you've been around, but uh, I met you at a time where things were going well for you, and it was good to be your friend because it was like you were cool and you were successful. And now it's like I don't speak to you as much because you're a failure. It's embarrassing to be friends with you. You know, the results are not coming. What's happened in the last couple of years? Because I met you in 2023. You're at MSI, and you know you've been seventh place, eighth place ever since then. Do you think I ruined your life?
First of all, I think you are the last person to talk about being a loser, begging for money online. You're a beggar. That's what you became. You've become a beggar, as my grandfather would say. So you, first of all, you should be ashamed of yourself, DonJake. And
Would he
now we
say
can
it?
speak about me.
Would he say it in English though, or would he say it in
Yes, he would say it in Czech, but he would say it in a way worse fashion. I cannot say such stuff on stream.
interesting? Okay.
And in my case, to answer your question, well, let's put it simply. Basically, it was really rough these past 2 years. I didn't enjoy the life so much. But now it's all changed.
And what's
I
changed?
think DJ Carzzy is back on the track.
You'd like to announce that officially that DJ Carzzy is back.
I'm actually back, and I will become the best AD carry to ever walk on the European continent.
Okay, that's
And
interesting.
I will become a billionaire with my success, and I will buy you a fucking villa.
You're gonna buy me a villa?
Yes, that's how good I am going to become.
Just me, or like, are you
Because
gonna buy other people a villa as well?
no, just
That's really nice of you. That's quite. You did insult me quite a bit there, but it's it's nice to know that you've got my back. Um,
yes,
what do you,
of course.
what's got you in such good mood about this next coming year? Why do you think you're going to be doing so much better?
Well, let's say I can't go into details, but let's say I found the light at the end of the tunnel.
Does
There was
this
always life. There was light. I mean, light and life in the afterlife.
interesting? So this light in the tunnel, could it be like kind of a homoerotic lover that you've kind of lost contact with that maybe has arrived back in your life?
And I've had broken heart for quite some time, but I think my heart just got repaired somehow. I don't know what it was or what happened, but out of nowhere it just started functioning again.
That's amazing. And talk to me about this Vitality project over the last year or two, because when you joined back, it was obviously infamously the meme of "Welcome home, cheater." You know, you were there before, you came back. You came back and not exactly the kind of results you would have wanted. What do you think were the main owing factors to that? What has been the main struggle of Carzzy over the last year or two?
I mean, I think the roster was really bad first year. To be fair, I think our roster was like really bad and we don't have a chance of competing to like win LEC. That I think I really enjoyed playing with Hylissang in like a psychotic way. We had some disagreements and I disagree with how Hilly played mid game, for example, like not necessarily disagree, but like sometimes his plays were just really weird that people didn't like see the same as him. But I really enjoyed playing with him and I think I had like quite successful 2024 when it comes to like my individual performance, because I think me and Hylissang were like really strong bot lane 2v2. But then after the lane it kind of went to shit, yeah, so that was unfortunate. And for 2025 I think the hopes got higher because we had like Lyncas, who was supposed to be better than Douglas. Like then we had worse results with him for the fucking fraud. But now it's becoming better again, like he was choking, now he's back. And Nako, the insane Turkish superpower.
But you're really taking me out of my kind of serious interviewing mode. I'm gonna try and get back into it. You
But
mentioned,
I'm serious, bro.
yeah, no,
Sorry for interrupting.
no, it's okay. 2024, you talked about your individual performance and disagreements with Hylissang. It felt, at least from the outside view, and I say this fairly as someone I've known Mac for years. No, sorry, I've known Pad for years. I've met Mac. I'm quite friendly with Mac. I really like those guys, but it was quite hard not to. It's like the thing when I interviewed Mickey the other day, and the way he speaks about leader. I love Mickey to pieces, but like I can't help but laugh at it. It's like it felt like the way that people talked about Hylissang at the time was like there was the famous pad meme about, oh, he's just creating space, like no one understands it. Talk to me a little bit about that, because it was like everyone, it made sense. You want to defend Hylissang, but kind of it was a weird ongoing, a weird psyop
Mhm.
almost.
I mean, first of all, you kind of have to defend your players, else they will lose hope,
Yeah,
and you can just go out like and shit talk them publicly.
of course.
I mean, for sure, Hylissang had his flaws, and the stuff he was doing was like really weird, and I think it was kind of troll as well, like some stuff that he did. On the other hand, I think he had some like really creative plays that could have worked, but yeah, it was like kind of a flip, if you get me, what he was doing.
Absolutely, and I suppose with a player like Hylissang, he's so interesting because he's got the whole sort of the nickname he had in Korea, the Professor, and a lot of that goes down to, like, I think it was a NASA support game he played or something like this. It's like the idea that he is so unpredictable that even he himself maybe doesn't know what he's doing sometimes. It's like this idea of like man versus machine and like all of this kind of different stuff. What do you owe it to, that kind of it not working as much in 2024? Because it felt like before that was one of his main skill sets. Do you think that maybe time caught up with Hylissang in some ways? Because it seemed like it went from like maybe a 65-35, the crazy play will work, to like an 80-20, although it won't work or it will work.
Well, I mean, from my point of view, for sure, time has caught with Hilly. I think he was a lot better in 2023 when we played, but also with the age, like the motivation, I don't exactly know how he felt or how he had it, but to me it looked like it's just declining of skill a little bit, Like he was still, I mean, I don't think he was the worst support in LEC by any chance. I don't think he was the worst. But of course, I don't think. I think it was way too flip for him to contest the top supports, at that point. But I like there were days where he was the best for sure, because with his gameplay, like people didn't know what to expect, and they didn't know if Hylissang was inting or making the right play. Even after all those years, they still didn't know, and he was playing for like 8 years or something like that in on the highest level. So Maybe it was just the age or like motivation. I'm not sure. He was playing quite a lot of solo queue. He was playing more than me, for example. But I'm not sure how effective the practice was or something like that.
How
But
much
I
do
liked Hilly. I like Hylissang.
you like him quite a lot as a person as well? I wonder if you can comment on your personal relationship with him and give us an idea of what Hylissang is like as a person from your perspective.
No, I really like Hilly. He's very friendly. Like when it's like I never had any issue with him outside of the game. Like we would, I mean, not even in the game we would like argue. Maybe sometimes, but outside of the game, we had like a really good relationship. We were friends. We were joking a lot, and it was just nice, you know. Like he's a really cool guy.
He's a bit older than you as well, so it's nice to hear that you kind of had that. I suppose the thing with you is it's interesting because how old are you now? Are you 20,
23.
23? And it's like a thing with you where I feel I can imagine you getting on better sometimes with players who are either the same age as you or younger, just because you're such a jokester. Like I joke with you a lot, but even sometimes I feel like, oh my God, like when is this gonna end, you know? So it's like
Yeah,
he's quite a bit older than you. So how did that like was he like coming down and like doing the silly jokes with you as well, or
he was actually. He was doing the silly jokes with me.
that's very interesting to hear. Like what's like a story about Hylissang like being silly with you that maybe would surprise people? Because I think people look at him and they think he's quite stern. I could definitely imagine him making jokes, but he's a bit more serious than average for sure.
I mean, he's quite serious guy, but he jokes, you know. Sometimes he jokes, and I made him make homoerotic jokes as well, where we would like touch each other and stuff, like for the team boost, the team
Yeah,
boost.
yeah, you love that, don't you? I remember you when I stayed with you for a week or two in Berlin. You're a very touchy guy.
Well, I don't touch you, bro.
You did touch
I
me.
only do it. I only do it to people that I find like nice. You know?
Well, that's very insulting, but I know what happened I know what happened in that apartment. So.
Yeah, I know what happened there on the toilet, the skid mark.
Yeah, I left skid marks in your toilet, and I've apologized for that for every year since.
I mean, there are not enough apologies, buddy. I had to clean that.
I'm gonna make it up to you.
There is, there is not, there is nothing you can give me to make me forget this.
In case. Oh God, I hate you so much. What I was gonna ask you with in on the support role, you speak about Hylissang's skill set there. And it's also
Mhm.
something that people say about Mickey is this idea that like, oh, you kind of don't know when he's inting or not. From the AD carry perspective, how much do you value like how do you view the idea of like inting from your support? Like what do you want him to do? I remember the famous anecdote that Dom always tells about Piglet, where like he forced his support to die on purpose, and then he said, "Oh, I did that to like so that I know that you'll listen to me." How do you view like inting on purpose or like people not knowing if you're inting? What do you want from your support player?
I mean, I want my support to be creative, you know, and be proactive on his own, not waiting for other people to tell him to do something. I think that that is the highest value support can have. Being proactive, like wanting, like doing creative stuff, since his role is like the most creative, I'd say, where he can appear anywhere on the map and find crazy angles. So yeah, I think that's what I would want from my support. I don't care if my support ends, you know, if he's creative and there is like some idea behind it. But if he's like silent doing random shit, then I'm triggered.
That's fair enough. And is that because in your skill set was interesting? You came up in a conversation when we were talking about maybe it was with Mickey or Krabs, I can't remember. But it was talking about like the difference between like Upset and you, where Upset is like very like stable and will just like wait for fights to play out, whereas you're like go in 50-50 it, make the fight volatile. Is that why you value that kind of creative aspect of in your support? You kind of want someone who's going to like also commit to fights and find weird angles with you?
I mean, I think making for me, volatile people are perfect because there is always a way to win the game in most in most of the games, I'd say. And it's just about the like if you're losing and you can make it volatile, then I think you have way higher chance of winning the game, you know,
And then talk to
than
me.
just playing by the book.
Of course. I mean, then talk to me about the current Vitality players or some of the players you played with. Nako, Lyncas, are these like how do you assess them? Are these volatile players? Like what skill sets do they bring that you enjoy playing with?
I mean, Nako is really, really volatile. I think he's the player I enjoy playing with the most from this roster, to be fair. I think him and me, we have like the most similar gameplay. Like where we can, like there were many occasions where we clutched the fight together in scrims and I think even in officials. So that I enjoyed a lot. Czech was more like the, in this roster he is more like the, in the 2025 roster. Wait, dude, how would I say it? He was like the stable guy, you know? In this roster, 2025 roster, he was like the stable guy. I was the volatile guy with Naak. And Lyncas was also the stable guy who was trying to give the game a clear way so people can follow. Like he would be trying to make the early game, like not he would not make the game very volatile most of the times. Like 99% of the times he would just play by the book, and he would like play for some lead because other junglers would like try to do something cheesy. He would try to predict it, blah blah blah, like get some lead and be good in the game. But I think Lyncas was struggling with team fights since because of this, that he's like a by the book player. He didn't see creative angles in the fights like me and Naak did. And Fleshy, I think Fleshy is like really good mechanically. He has some macro to work on, but like I think he was put in a really tough spot the last year. Like bring him up from academy to perform in the summer split, where if we don't perform we miss worlds, you know, and he gets only like very limited time to practice and play on the highest level in Europe. So can't really blame him for not like being the best or something like that, you know. I think he was doing quite okay.
And talk to me about Nisqy's support, because I mean, just for people out there, just how bad was he?
Nisqy?
Yeah.
I mean, he was better than my support that I have right now in the Czech streamer tournament. That is like 17-year-old student that is Fortnite player and never played League before. I mean, I don't think he was the worst in LEC. I don't think he was like good. I didn't really enjoy playing with him because he was filled and he had no idea what the fuck is going on. But yeah, like I didn't really. I mean, it was nice on a personal level because we had some fun, we had some jokes. But I don't think I would want to play with a field support again. I just don't think it's.
It's so funny to me that
very good.
you call him a field support when he's playing LEC. I've not been able to look at Nisqy the same way since he you know that video of him like shaking his ass? You know the one I mean.
Oh, Nisqy shaking his ass?
Yeah, I haven't been able to look at him the same
Yeah,
since that video.
yeah,
When
he's a sellout.
when you
He's
saw
OnlyFans creator.
when you saw that video, did it mean was there less trust in the bot lane?
Yeah, for sure. He lost like a lot of respect from me. And I thought he's a tough man, you know. I didn't like he had the estrogen spike, and
That's
then he
interesting.
started working.
Do you think that's from like soy milk, or like what's your like
Yeah, I
what?
like he was using soy milk in his coffee. I think that affected him a lot.
It's an interesting conspiracy theory.
I mean, I do it as well, but like I'm not in that phase yet. Like, but sometimes I twerk for fun, like on the bed, you know. Like I start like right now, for example, you can see my body when I'm twerking on the chair.
Interesting. I wanted to kind of talk about when you were playing with Nisqy. I remember infamously like the Niko games, like when he would like fail and engage or like do something bad in the game. Like, were you saying anything on the comms, or like you kind of kept silent? But like, or what were you thinking like when it happened?
Sorry, I was kind of like zoned off, bro. Can you repeat the question?
No worries.
I need to turn on the Subway Surfer so I can listen in for like 1 hour.
Yeah, no. When Nisqy was like playing Niko in LEC and like he would do an
Oh,
engage and like completely fail it, like did you say anything in comms or not really?
I mean, it doesn't get me tilted, you know. Stuff like this, I just laugh at this shit.
But like what were you thinking? Like really? Like give us like an insight into Carzzy's mind. Like when he does
I
that, like
mean,
what are you thinking?
that it's disgusting, but you know, I'm laughing at it.
That's completely fair enough. And what was the kind of decision making behind that? Was it just kind of you didn't have an option, so you thought maybe because people always say that, don't they? They say, "Oh, the mid laners would be insane supports."
And it's not true.
Why do you think it's not true? Like, what do people get wrong about that?
I mean, they don't know the matchups, you know? Like, they don't know the matchups, so they don't know what to do. They don't know the limits. And then, like, mechanically, they can be better. Sure, they can dodge more and, like, find more angles, but they don't know, like, the stuff that are not mechanics. Like, when to walk up on lane and just fucking send it, you know? Knowing that they are gonna win, no matter what.
That's interesting. So obviously that would have led to a difficulty. Who would you say not to? I'm sure the player that you're playing with now is it will potentially grow into that in the future. But who would you say is your favorite support you've ever played with?
I cannot say Fleshy, right?
If you want to say
Or
Fleshy, you
can I?
can. If you want to, you want to. I just assume that maybe he's not quite there yet, from what you said.
I mean, for sure, he has some work to do until he's my most favorite support. I'm gonna be completely honest. My most favorite support was Labrov. Because I think we were on the same way and we were winning lane like most of the times together. We had some issues on stage back then. But in scrims, me and Labrov were like, I felt like we are the top 1 or top 2 strongest bot lane with how we play together and when like which matchups we played. So that was the time I really liked my super and I enjoyed scrimming, you know, because it was fun. I know we are gonna go there every day and perform, and that's what like made me be hopeful. But then we had like very different issues in that Vitality roster, which I'm not gonna speak about, otherwise I'm gonna get into jail.
What year was that in?
2022.
2022. So you don't want to talk about issues in 2022. Fair enough.
No, I can.
Okay, yeah,
Like
sure.
I can.
Okay.
Wait, no, ask a question, huh? I'm not gonna make it
Well,
easy for you, bro. Work.
I don't know who you think you are. Like, it's just it's quite remarkable the kind of the ego you have on your shoulders. I would have thought it'd be shattered by now, after seeing red screen after red screen. You have to speak to Law every week. Law says, "Hello, bonjour. How was it losing this week?" And you say, "Ah, I'm DJ Carzzy. I lost again. I'm a loser." You've had 2 years of that now, and still you feel like you can speak to me like this.
Jake, don't forget. Look at my shoulders.
Okay, I'm looking.
See how fucking straight they are?
Yeah, that's good.
Now look at your shoulders. They're like like a chicken. This is what holds the pressure. I am Kronos and I'm holding the fucking world on these shoulders. Have you seen
Wow.
God of War?
Yeah, of course. That's good
Yeah,
reference. But
good.
back to a serious question. You mentioned there, you alluded to issues that you were having on the Vitality 2022 roster. Could you share some shed some light on some of those? What prevented further success or greatness on that roster?
2022. I mean, Paris was getting paid too much, you know, we were all fucking jealous.
Is that you're being
On a
serious?
serious note, on a serious note though, I think the people in the team just like I think everyone hated each other, you know. So it was like I remember like this is a funny story. I remember I came to Discord once. I came to Discord once to like talk to someone, and I just heard through someone's mic like how someone is fucking flaming me and like other players, you know, in the we were just getting flamed behind our backs. It was kind of funny.
Wait, so
I
just
was like, "Hey, yo, guys, you wanna go snipe?" Nobody answered me, and then they were like flaming them.
wait,
It was kind of funny, bro.
I don't get it. So you joined the team Discord with other people in the teams, and then
Yeah, I mean, what I enjoyed the most. No. What like Vitality Discord call?
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
like we would go on the team Discord,
yeah, yeah.
and I would join the room where there was like Labrov and Perks, and I would hear like they weren't at the PC, and I would hear like some flame from
Oh,
behind their
you'd
microphones,
hear it in
like
the
that.
you'd hear it in the background.
Yeah,
That's so bad. Wasn't
it
there
was
that
so funny. It was so funny.
wasn't there the famous anecdote that Neon told about someone was it typing on the PC next to him about something like that? That kind of those stories somewhat match up, no?
Yeah, like there is a lot of stuff like this happening. I mean, as for sure, everyone did. I did it as well, you know. Like everyone does it. It's just human nature, where you do this to like really elevate some pressure from you because you can't keep everything like inside of you. It's worse. Like it's fine. It's fine, you know. I
What are
didn't
you
care like that they are flaming me.
what are you willing to admit to? Like, what was the most immature thing you did? Like, if we were all throwing bananas around and we were all monkeys in the circus, what was DJ Carzzy's most immature action during that time?
I mean, they were flaming me, you know. I was flaming them as well. Like it was fine. We were
Fair
like
enough.
not drastic flame. It was just gameplay wise.
Fair enough. And I mean, you sort of joked at the beginning there, kind of about like the pay and the wages and stuff like that. People always talk about that time as a thing of like such a super team. Did you feel because of like the nature of the super team and like how much you're all getting paid, there was more pressure? So I mean, I'd imagine when
Mm,
when you lose, it's like, oh my god, like we're meant to win. Like,
I mean, I don't feel pressure. I was kind of cocky after the 2021 year where we were winning effortlessly. You know, the two splits we just won effortlessly without like doing anything special. And then I felt like I'm just gonna join this roster and we are gonna win again. And we were complete dog shit. So that was like a good reality check for me to start performing again in 2023, where I felt like I'm the one like best or second best with Hansama. Like depended on the split. I felt like.
and what was it like working? Because when I spoke to Mickey, like one of the things he talked about with perks is that perks kind of like one of his most intangible attributes that led to him like being really good around that time is like he just like was like really on it with people. Like if we lose, like it's like VOD reviews, like stay after practice, like kind of like Michael Jordan mindset. But it sounds like you didn't get on like massively well with him. So like what kind of version of perks did you get and what was it like playing with him?
I mean, I think me and Luca got well together. Like we were friends. We are still friendly. I just don't think he's good enough, you know, to be one of the best anymore in his vitality tier. And like the years after, I just didn't feel like he's one of the best anymore. He's like top 5, top 4.
And what would
He was still doing the same stuff. It just wasn't working. Like I don't think there was enough skill on the roster in 2022, and people didn't like each other. So I mean, I also wasn't good enough, you know, that year. I should have done way more. I took it like way too easy, and I started performing way worse. And then that was the reality check I told you about, you know. And then I started like try harding way more. I started doing stuff that I didn't do before, like until 2022. I never watched any words, you know. I was just full freestyling. I was not working at all. I was just freestyling with talent and winning LEC. And then 2023, I started working hard, and that's how I became best again in my eyes. Like I thought of myself as the best, like 2 splits, and yeah,
That's
that's it.
interesting. Kind of one thing I wanted to pick up on there that's quite interesting is you talked about perks having this experience with perks where you feel like he was doing the same stuff but he just wasn't as good anymore. And you kind of mentioned a similar thing with Hilly. With this kind of thing where you're playing with some of these veterans and you kind of just see the skill fade from them, and it's like these great like giants of the sport suddenly don't have it anymore. How did that make you reflect on your own competition and drive as an athlete? Because you're watching the skill fade from these people. Obviously, you're a bit younger, but I wanted to like know, did that change you? Was that like a warning for you?
For sure, it was a warning. Well, I got way more motivation after I didn't want to be shit, you know. I really dislike being bad at something that I like, and I started liking League again in 2023, and now I have the same feeling where I like League. I enjoy playing this game currently, so I have high hopes for the next year. And whenever I feel like I'm playing the game, or like whenever I feel like I like the game, or I know I like the game, I start playing like way better. During this year, there were like I started liking this game during the summer when we changed to Fleshy, and I had motivation again. And I think my performance showed that because I started playing way better. But the previous 2 splits, it was not that good. Maybe first split with Hylissang we were still playing okay, but not like anything special. But the winter split was kind. I mean, I don't think it was like really bad, but it could have been a lot better.
Do you think you're quite susceptible as a person to like quite like extreme emotional change? Because it sounds like to me it's a thing where I think every player experiences this a lot more than people give it credit, but it sounds like to me you're very much a person where your motivation can be decided by like very small changes in wind, and that can like heavily affect your love and your passion for the game.
I mean, for me, the most important part is like seeing the potential of the people and seeing we can win, because that affects me a lot. Because when I feel like we can win, I get way higher motivation. But when I see that there is like not enough skill or drive to win from others, then it affects me as well, you know? To like in my brain, like if I'm put in with people that wanna work hard, then I'm working hard as well, you know? But if I see that there are people who don't wanna work hard or like they don't give like that much shit about being the best, then it demotivates me, which it shouldn't be the case, but I'm very emotional player. So it affects me. And it's way harder for me to like I'm still not gonna go and like not do anything, but it's gonna be harder for me to do stuff like I would do in the winning rosters, you know, and give like the extra stuff from me every day and be full of energy for every scrim game, stuff like this.
Interesting. I'm going to play devil's advocate here, and I'm going to be quite difficult with you and put you on the spot. Is it not quite ironic for you to kind of demand, or not demand, but you're making these sort of things of, if I can't see the potential here and see people working hard, I don't feel like I can like not work hard, but like work to the maximum. When you are saying like before 2023, you were someone that like didn't work hard and you got by just on talent. It took you quite a while into your career to kind of recognize what hard work looked like. Is it not ironic or maybe hypocritical for you to demand the same from other people? Maybe they're just on that journey as well.
Mm, I mean, for sure, it could be the case. I'm not perfect. I'm not saying in any way that what I'm doing is like good. It's just how I feel, you know. Like if I was the perfect player, I would be performing and tryharding no matter what, which got a lot better to be fair. Like throughout the years, like currently, I think the last time this happened was in 2024 summer. I felt like in spring actually in 2024 with Vetheo and Douglas, I felt like we can win LEC, and I felt like I was giga smurfing, and I was playing like I was the best again, and then it went to shit because other people were like not improving, so it cooked my brain, you know. Like I
Well,
just don't like stagnating. When I'm in a stagnating team, it triggers me, and then I feel like I don't want to waste energy on something that doesn't have the potential to do something good, you know. But that is all changed now, so that was in the past.
and I'm trying. I just want to look at this Vitality 2024 spring split. Or I'm just trying to remember what actually went down in this split. Because this was the split that you finished second in regular season, if I remember correctly, right? Like it was the weird
Sorry,
one where
can you
there
repeat?
were like 4 teams that finished 6-3, so you were all tied for first, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then you went into playoffs. What was with this roster in particular? Like, what would you say were the biggest like parts that were stagnating? Because you obviously this was the Photon, Douglas, Vetheo roster. Like,
Mhm.
what aspects weren't going as fast as you would have liked?
I mean, I think our top side was just way too much of a rookie, like a rookie system, you know. Then it was their like they didn't have the best macro, let's say, or like team fighting, like the I don't know how to phrase it. It's just like the no game knowledge, you know, like going in and playing in the moment and knowing what's good in like a nanosecond, like having the right move. Like I didn't feel it in that roster.
That's
Now,
interesting.
I don't wanna flame anyone in particular. Like it was multiple scenarios. I for sure had like my moments as well. You know, Hylissang had his moments, but yeah, I think there was way too much inexperience for us to do something great. That
That's fair enough. And
let's say.
what was your experience like playing with Vetheo? Because for me, he's such an interesting player in that he kind of was. We've had like this kind of mid lane resurgence in recent years, where like every year it feels like, is this the kid that's gonna like be the next Caps? And Vetheo was kind of like the first example of that. I mean, I remember he won like was it MVP of the year or something, or like Rookie of the Year, something like this when he was back
Yeah,
on Misfits, and it looked like he was going to be the one to take over, like explosive on the melee champs, decent mage player as well. But it's kind of not really worked out from him in that way. And you played with him in a year that was kind of not so much drama, but there was like comments made publicly, or was like difficulties that kind of spilled off into the public. What was your perspective on playing with him, if you're able to give like a candidly emotional response?
mm, I mean, I think Vetheo was. I mean, I'm not sure it was. I don't remember it exactly how it was since it's like a year and something. Actually, it's just a year. Well, I don't think, from my perspective, that he can like be the best mid laner, you know. And for sure, he had his place in LEC. I don't know how it's now. I don't know how he's playing, but he had his place in LEC back then. He was. I mean, I think he's very emotional, just like me. I think that he's really hardworking. He played a lot of solo queues. I think the thing that was holding him back the most was like stress, you know. I think that he wasn't the best at. He was like crumbling under stress, I'd say, in like the very important matches. But other than that, I thought like he's good. Like in scrims, he was doing well, and just like in the big matches, he was playing. Like I was never sure, you know, what's gonna happen on the lane. But I like playing with him in that. Like I like playing with everyone. It was fun experience, to be fair. But I just didn't think we have the potential to win LEC after what happened in spring for the last split. Because I think we had like the best option to be like top 2 or top 1 in that one split in 2024 in spring. And then I saw like how everyone crumbled, you know, throughout the summer split. Like we weren't able to get back to where we were in spring. And it was like really difficult for people, or like for me, to see the light, because it was quite depressing.
That's interesting. I suppose it would have been even more depressing because you went out in that split to Marek, right? You guys lost
I what?
3-1. I think you lost to Marek in that split, right?
Yeah, in the spring split, not in the winter.
Yeah, yeah, in spring. What's it like with you and him in terms of like it must feel not strange playing each other, but like what's the conversation like when you beat each other? Like I know you guys like
With
flame each
Marek?
other. You flame each other quite a lot on socials, but like do you do the same just like in private?
No, I mean, me and Marek are like really, really good friends. I mean, I think we are really close. Like we are one of our best friends, I'd say. Like we have really close connection, and we talk a lot. Like even behind the doors, we spend a lot of time together as well. When we were both in Berlin, like we would go out together to eat stuff like this quite often.
Nightclub.
And no nightclub, no
Okay.
nightclub.
You don't like the club?
I don't.
Grabs does apparently.
It's possible. I don't really enjoy clubbing. I'd rather go to some expensive restaurant, you know, and to get some good food. Like not expensive, you know, just like some steak that is like higher
Yeah,
quality than
yeah, yeah.
usual, so you can enjoy the
Who,
flavor.
who pays normally? You or Humanoid?
I mean, usually I'm abusing him for money, to be fair. Like he's a really nice guy. He always buys me something and then he forgets. Quite good.
What do you think is kind of? Can you give us an insight into who Marek is as a person? Because I feel like he's so kind of when I've interviewed him, when I've spoken to him, I've hung out with him, gone out with him. It's like a thing where there's so much behind the face. He doesn't let it out sometimes. You can tell he likes to joke. And anyone who can be friends with you clearly is like there's a lot going on and they're a bit crazy. So tell me about Marek as a person. What people don't know about him.
Marek as a person, I mean, he's a complicated guy that you will only truly know if you're like really good friends, you know, because he's not gonna share his problems or something like this if you're not good friends with him, or like he doesn't trust you. Like he's very close to his personal information, or personal, not information, I'd say, like feelings. Like he
He
doesn't
keeps
show
his
how he,
cards to his chest.
yeah, he doesn't show what he truly thinks. He doesn't tell you.
And how do you think you earned his trust? Like how did you guys become good friends?
It was like really hard. I had to tank his flame when I was rookie in Medlones in 2020. We were spending together every day, you know, spending a lot of time every single day for like 2 years. Like except for the off seasons, but we didn't have that many off seasons back then when we were like doing well. So it was quite a lot of time that we spent together and like built trust, some connection, some friendship, and it lasted us like over all these years. And I was always like in off season, I was always trying to play with him, you know, but it like never worked out, sadly.
It'd be really nice if you guys could be reunited one day, I guess.
One day would be nice, yeah. I'm always hoping that one day we are gonna reunite, like at least in Czech League, you know, or something like that.
Yeah, like the streamer tournament or something.
Yeah, but even in that one, we couldn't reunite. We had to play against each other.
It's just like two lovers, like just kind of like a Romeo and Juliet kind of thing. Two star-crossed lovers forced to never meet, you know?
Exactly.
Like
Like to be fair, it was
two
like
ships
this.
in the
It
night.
is like this. Yes.
It's really
Yes.
it's quite romantic. What do
Like,
you admire most about him? Sorry, I don't know if you were going to say something.
something. Wait, what am I saying, bro? No, it's all good. You're doing great, Jake. You're doing great.
Thank you.
Something I admire about him. I mean, I don't know if I admire anything about him. I just know I can trust him, you know?
That's so interesting and so complicated. Trust is important to you then as a person.
Yeah. I mean, I can trust him in many ways, you know? And I know he won't like snake me, you know?
That's interesting. I feel like you're quite a trusting person though, because if we're to like not joke for a second, like when I became friends with you, it was a thing where I felt like you were very comfortable telling me a lot about yourself and like revealing things about yourself emotionally. And I didn't get the impression that was always. So, like, I guess my question would be like, why did you trust me so much when we got to know each other?
I don't know. You just have the energy like the dwarf at the end of the rainbow, you know? Like that's literally it.
Like, you mean like a leprechaun?
Yeah, leprechaun. Like that's the energy you have, bro.
Thank you. That's so lovely of you. I wanted to maybe talk about some of the stuff that conversations we've had because we actually did a podcast years and years ago. Well, not years and years ago, probably 2 years ago now. When you were living, it was after you moved from the nice apartment. So you had a really nice apartment when I stayed with you the first time,
Oh shit, the second
and then you
apartment
moved
where the guy was
into
screaming.
yeah. So let's tell some stories here, some really interesting stuff. So you got moved into the Vitality apartments, which is these like apartment blocks near the LEC studio, which like literally like it's like a 1-star hotel. It's like horrible. Talk to me about your experience living there, because there's some crazy stories.
I mean, I lived there only for like 3 months over the 3 years in Vitality because it's just too small for me. But like my neighbor was a crazy guy who would like scream at night. Like the funniest story I have is probably just the crazy guy who would like you could already hear him coming, you know, at like 3 a.m. he would start shouting like I don't know what the fuck the language was. He would just shout
We've
some
got
random ass
footage of
shit.
it because we did an interview when you were living there, and
Yeah,
like he started shouting during the interview, like the podcast. We heard him outside, and we were
really.
recording. Yeah, we were recording outside. I don't know if you remember.
I don't. I mean, I know we had a podcast. I don't remember the guy,
Yeah, he was there.
but like, yeah, he was really, really loud, and like he was shouting almost every day, and it was fucking loud. And he was literally next to me, and on the other side next to me was like a police guy.
Yeah, I remember
And
that.
one night, like the guy would be screaming at like 2, 3 a.m. again, and the police guy would rush out of his room, and he would start knocking on his door. And he would start speaking in German something that he's German police and he would like fuck him up or something like that.
He's like
I mean,
Bundespolizei, bitte schönste.
yeah,
No, like,
something like that, something like that, basically. And well, he was still shouting, and he was like, he started crying or some shit in the room. Like, I don't know. He was really psychotic, that guy. It was a little bit scary, not gonna lie. Like, I was always afraid I'm gonna meet him. Like, what if I meet him, he just fucking attacks me, and starts shouting in my ear.
We've just had Selfmade come in the chat and say a guy screaming in Berlin equals crazy story. But Selfmade also lived in this apartment, so he knows exactly who you're talking about. He's just
I
pretending.
mean, Selfmade.
What if
I mean, I,
What if Selfmade was the crazy guy and we just don't know about it?
I mean, Oscar could have been a crazy guy. I also remember we were coming from like a train station with Oscar, and we were going, and there was a guy like having sex in front of the window with a girl. And he looked at us. I'm like, yo, what's up? You see that, Oscar? Do you remember Oscar like saying, Chad, it's true, bro? And the guy took his shirt and he started like doing this helicopter in the air, while looking at us while having sex. That was a really good story. Really good story.
That's amazing. So yeah, that's the story of the Vitality apartment. God, what were we talking about before that? I can't remember. Talking about like oh Jesus.
With 2024
Yeah, we talked about
or like,
2024 and then we talked about, but there was a point I had, and was why I brought up where you were living. Oh, cool. No, I remember. So one of the things that we spoke about during that podcast in 2024, and the reason I asked you if you want to talk about it is because we obviously spoke about it then, and it was going to be released, but it never ended up being because I don't know. I just didn't release anything around that time. You were struggling quite a lot at that time with some problems. I don't know if you're comfortable talking about them.
I mean, I don't remember exactly what I told you, but yeah, I was having depression back then.
Yeah, I think anxiety was the main thing you were talking about, but depression, anxiety, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, now I'm like all solved and it's all gone. Like, I was having therapy for like a year and a half or something like that. And now I'm like almost completely free. I don't really feel that way anymore. But back then I was struggling a lot and it was affecting me in how I play and how I work. I didn't really enjoy doing anything in life back then.
That's interesting. I think it's really important to have these kind of conversations because I feel like there's not a lot of mental health discussions, and that was like the main thing that, like, when I got into the industry and I started meeting all of you guys, it was like a thing where I was just like, wow, there's so much that goes on mentally with people, but like people are so afraid to like talk about it. So yeah, I commend you for coming out and speaking about it. Similar to when I spoke to Mickey and he was speaking about it a little bit, because I feel like normalization and talking about it is so important because everyone goes through so many insane things. There's so much that goes on behind the scenes that people are just kind of afraid to talk about. I remember, like, for me, anecdotally, like back when I was a caster, it was a thing where, like, I've obviously always suffered from like a variety of like depression, anxiety, like what feels like bipolar at times and shit like this. I remember I had like a
Yeah.
really like a bit of a crash out, like I was having a bit of an episode at one point, like during I was a caster, and there was a caster who, like a big caster, who messaged me and basically said, "You shouldn't do that like on Twitter because like people will think you're crazy and like you won't get work." And I remember thinking like it's somewhat valid advice, but like also like that's such a horrible way to like treat that. Like it shouldn't, you shouldn't encourage people to like, crash out publicly, but it should more be a thing of like, well, you should channel this in a more normal and understanding way. So yeah, I really commend you for speaking about it. If you're comfortable speaking about it, if I could just ask, like, how did that start and whenabouts was that for you in your career?
Mm, I mean, I really don't remember what exactly was the cause of it anymore, to be fair. Like, I don't know. But for sure it was. I think the main reason, to be fair, was where I was living. Because the place where we lived, like where you interviewed me, it was so depressing. Like, whenever I was there, I felt so fucking bad because I felt like a fish in an aquarium. And I was spending so much time in this dark room. I just couldn't. I just couldn't handle it anymore. I wasn't really leaving anywhere. It didn't feel correct. But then once I switched places, it started being way better. I got like a place where there is sunlight, so that was pretty good. I mean, I'm not sure if it was with my like I really don't know, Jake. I actually don't know what it was
Well, I remember, like,
Like,
I haven't watched back the interview ever, but obviously I remember the conversation we had, and I remember you talking a lot about just kind of this general feeling of like a lot of anxiety, like feeling like you were kind of like nervous to go outside, like even when you went to the studio and stuff like this, and just playing, it just being this thing where like it kind of just took over your life and for a certain period of time, and you were like really looking for solutions to like work it out because it was very sudden for you and you'd never really experienced anything like it before.
maybe. I mean, you have the interview somewhere. Maybe it's time to publish it, bro. Because I cannot fucking remember. I don't know. I mean, I had a lot of anxiety in my life. Even now, I'm anxious of going into like public places. You know, I feel like someone's gonna fucking kill me.
Actually, there's like a genuine thing.
Yeah,
I have like a
yeah.
weird, I have a weird thing like to open up to make you feel a little bit less like it's just you doing opening up. I have like an irrational fear of tall buildings. Like if I go to a place that has like skyscrapers, I feel like I'm gonna have a panic attack like immediately. And it comes from, I don't know, it's this weird thing. Like I used to play football on a Sunday. I used to go and play football. And I remember I watched this TV series when I was a kid, which was like everyone, like someone started like floating up into the air and they never came down. They just kept going up and up and up. And I used to think that that was going to happen to me when I would play football.
Oh,
And ever since then, like it's just an irrational fear. Like I feel like obviously I don't think that I'm going to start floating, but it's like I just get anxiety and panic attacks when I'm like in open spaces with like tall buildings.
uh huh.
It's just like crazy. So you feel kind of like anxious when you go out and you're in public, but more for thinking you're going to get murdered.
Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna get robbed or like shanked or something. You know.
Where does that come from? Like, have you always had that, or is that kind of something that developed recently?
I mean, I live in a village, you know, and there are no people here. So when I'm in a big city, like here in the village, there are not like psychotic people. Like nothing happens here usually. Like it has to be very rare case that something happens. There was a murder like in the village next doors, but like that goes away from me. Like happens, you know. But in city, there is like so much crime happening, and I kind of just see being part of this shit, you know. So I'm like dodging the sketchy areas and stuff like this.
That's fair enough. It's quite funny. I feel like the LEC studio is in like a relatively sketchy area. It's not the worst place in Berlin. Like, there's. I remember I used to go to the NLC studio was in like a when I used to cast NLC, that studio is in like a white supremacist area in like Berlin.
Uh huh.
It's like got like a load of Nazis there. I feel like the
Yeah.
LEC studio is not like super dodgy, but it's like it's not the nicest place to walk around at night.
Yeah, it's not. It's not. The entire area there, like, I don't like walking around there at night. Like, I always try to choose my places where to live as well, like, somewhere where it's safe, you know, so you can, like, chill at night. Or, like, if you want to go somewhere, it's less scary than if you're in, like, some sketchy area, let's say. And also, I'm like, usually when I have to go somewhere, I do it during the day because during the day is, like, way safer than at night.
Of course. And one of the other things that we talked about and we've talked about like privately is kind of this feeling like, for example, when you've played against Damwon and you've played against international teams and Asian scrims, is this kind of uh, feeling of like self-doubt at times. I think you spoke to me. I remember speaking to you about it when I was staying with you. It's this thing of like when you come up against some of the best AD carries in the world, it's this thing of like, oh my God, can I do this? There's times where you feel like you can, but you have like you've experienced feelings of doubt, and I kind of wanted to get your opinion and take on that because it's rare to kind of get an insight to the psychology of like an elite level player.
And for sure, there were phases where I thought we can, like, win it all. There were phases where I thought we can't. Just depending, like, seeing how we play, you know, how we match against them. Mainly, like in 2021, I felt like we can win against anyone because we had good mood, good morale in the team, and we enjoyed playing together, like, for the most part. In 2023, it was different because I think, like, at every international event, we had, like, way too many issues in the team and people didn't want to play with each other and they didn't like each other. So it was, like, way more difficult because we couldn't work on the problems as efficiently as we could if the team atmosphere was better. Just because people weren't good together on the human level.
I think more so what I was asking is like, for example, like when you played against some of the like best AD carries in the world, it's this feeling of like, can I step up to this? Can I compete with this?
I mean, when I felt it depended on. For me, depending on how the team felt, I think.
Okay.
Like it has been some time since I was at international, you know, to say exactly because a lot of stuff happened, so I don't remember everything in detail. But for sure, there were times where I felt like I can compete with the best in the world and like I can win and I can outperform them, you know. But then, like for example, 2023, I had issues where I didn't think I am better than them, you know, and I played way worse. Like we lost to energy, and then we played against Weibo, and we were like getting kind of clubbed. Like they just were better at playing the matchups on a higher level than us. But now, if I was about to play against international teams, I'm quite confident, to be fair. So
Do you crave it? Do you miss that high level of competition? Because I know, despite all the jokes, you are a very ambitious person.
I mean, for sure, I just want a team where we can actually qualify to international and enjoy the ride together. You know, like what I would really like to see would be for my teammates to go to international for the first time as well because they haven't been there yet. So I would really like to bring them there because it's so nice, you know. For me, the best part is when we are locked, 5 people in the room, in the hotel room. You spend the entire day together, like grinding for the same goal, playing the video game, improving. You go together for food, you go together for coffee. Like you're just all the time together grinding, you know, and it's so nice. You wake up in the morning, like I remember in Korea in 2023, even though like I don't think we can do well, we had like really good scrims, I'd say. We had successful scrims and we were playing well. And I really enjoy. I remember going to the hotel room, you know, with the PCs. I would put the how is it called, the roller on the window, like the blank? No,
Blinds, yeah.
yeah, the blinds. I would like unleash the blinds, see the sunlight in the morning, order coffee from the hotel, and grind my Korean solo queue, and wait for others to come and grind with me, and then we would like go get some games in, pop coffee, you know, outside, get some good food, and it was peak life. And that's what is like really good fun because I feel like in this environment is what makes me improve the most.
I wanted to ask you about your relationship with Elyoya because it seems to be a very complicated one, a love-hate relationship at times. Um, to me, it's so interesting because I remember specifically, like, just speaking to Elyoya, he's such a complicated person in that, like, I learned everything I needed to know about Elyoya when I interviewed him, and he told me that his favorite film was Whiplash, and that he
Yeah.
felt like he learned a lot from that film. I felt like I immediately understood him from that perspective. I know that there was a lot of like fallout and a lot of like jaded emotion between the two of you towards the end of it. Like obviously he really wanted to play with Super. You felt like you were really, really good. There must have been a degree of like bad feeling from you on that perspective. Talk to me about your relationship with him. What was it like when it was good, and what was it like towards the end? Obviously, I feel like you guys are good now, but there was a bad part of it.
Yeah, well, for Elyoya, I mean, now we are okay. We don't talk anymore, really. Like, we don't speak to each other. He always wanted to play with his Spanish bros. It was like his dream that for him, Supa and Melzeth are like, for me, is humanoid. I don't know if I phrased it well, but you know what I
Yeah.
mean. Like, it's just, if you play with these players, like, you just know you will play better, you know? Because you have someone like that. If you have someone who you really want to play with so bad, and then you play together, and you both want it so bad, then you will play better. That's how I see it, you know. And Elio has his dream, like where it's 4 Spanish people on the roster, and I think that's what makes them so strong, you know, because I think that they are like really close to each other just because of the nationalism, let's say. Like there's full Spanish rosters almost, except Jujupyun and Zev, and I think it makes them really powerful because they can like be themselves. They know each other for a long time. Most of the players, they know what to expect from each other, and that's what, for example, I had with Humanoid. You know, Like we knew each other for such a long time on the playing in the Czech scene. We didn't necessarily talk together that much, but then once we started playing together, we immediately like clicked, and he gave me the motivation to be better. And we would spend so much time together, then we would like he would make me improve to a level where I was like really good, you know. I was really bad when I joined LEC the first time, but he would make me improve, and I would learn from him so easily. And I think that's what's happening from in LEC as well in MKOI, where they learn so much from Elio. I think that he's for sure like top 1 or top 2 jungler in the league. I think he's really good. For sure, like when I got benched, I was triggered because I think I'm better than Supa, of course, as like AD carry ego. I thought I'm better than Supa back then. I think I'm better than him right now. But I see from his point, you know, what he wants to do there in the roster.
What
But it
was,
wasn't personal.
of course, but it must have felt personal at the time, and I kind of wanted to kind of tap onto these. It's one of these days where it's like it's competition and all of this, and like often you don't hear players say it in certain terms, but like, okay, I'll give you how I would have felt in that situation, and you tell me how accurate that is to your feelings. If I was dealing with a situation whereby like I had someone that like I might not get on well with them like that well, but we're friendly with each other and we both competed and we both like massively we're grinders and we both really, really want to win. And we've both individually played really well. We're probably the two pieces of the team that people look at as like the shining beacons of the team and the carry, so to speak. But there's this like guy who like plays in the tier 2 league and like that guy really wants to play with that guy instead of me. And I feel like I'm really good. You kind of feel like the other woman. You feel like it's like it's not in a like it's not like an affair because it's not romantic, but you feel like you're being like emotionally cheated on to a certain point. 'Cause it's just like, why doesn't he want me?
Yeah,
Did you experience these
yeah.
feelings of like inadequacy? Like, why doesn't he want to play with me?
I mean, for sure, I felt that way in the beginning. Like I don't think Supa is better than me. So, but he thought so, you know, and he was like so confident in it because like he basically told me he wants to play with Supa because he thinks he's really good. He can be the best, and I think he like they are best friends or something like this. And he like made Elyoya play competitive or something like this. So they had like really close connection, you know, and they trusted each other and they spent a lot of time together, even like in the years where we played together. So I mean, I fully get that. Like it's because they are good friends, and he thinks Supa can be the best. You know, that makes them so good because they believe in each other, and they like.
I'm more interested in how you felt though.
I mean, I was sad. I was for sure sad because Elyoya used to tell me I'm the best AD carry, you know, in 2021, and then after 2 years,
That's
like
kind of what I was getting at here.
the he was telling me that I'm the best, and then it changed. So I was for sure a little bit sad because I thought he's the best, you know, and
Yeah.
he thought like I'm the best or like top 2, but I will not be the best once Supa comes.
So kind of that is what I was not hoping you would. I mean, yeah, hoping you would say because it's like that's how I've read the situation. It's this thing of like you think he's the best, and it's like suddenly you don't feel the best, and it's like feelings of like inadequacy or feeling unwanted. But where do you think that kind of do you think it's just the case in like a binary? It's a thing where like of course he'd want to play with Super, but did you feel like there was distrust that built over the course of the year? Like, do you feel like there was like a deterioration of how he felt as you as a player? Because there was obviously a time where he thought you were the best, and presumably your spot was untouchable.
Yeah, I mean, and it's just I think a lot changed in the 1 year. I think he got triggered that he has to stay on the roster where they like Merlin denied him coming to G2, something like that. And I felt really like I thought we have really good connection together and we wanna play with each other. And then like of course I'm like jealous, you know. So when he would be saying that he would be fucking trolling me or like not trolling, he would be like saying Supa is gonna replace you next year, you know, stuff like this. Even before it was like official. So it would be triggering me a bit. Because I would never tell him something like this, you know. It was like a married couple, bro. Married couple, something like this. He was saying it in a joking way, but it was like I don't think it was a joke at some point, you know.
Well, yeah, it wasn't a joke because it actually ended up happening, right?
Yeah, it
Um,
happened. Yeah.
talk to me about like kind of the aftermath of that because it's like you went from having someone that you kind of looked up to and probably had like a decently close relationship to kind of like the relationship is irreparable and you say you don't really speak anymore. Is it kind of like when you do try and talk or like maybe you have interacted before, it's this kind of like very awkward thing that you can't really get over?
Oh no, it's not awkward at all. I mean, the thing is, we didn't really speak the moment I left Medlands again. You know, like we spoke a lot when we were in team together. We would spend a lot of time together, but the moment I left, like we would not talk or speak to each other, or like talk or meet each other anymore.
Interesting. And it's one of these things, isn't it? It's the kind of complicated human aspect of competition with all these players. Is you play in a team with someone, you could be like in such close proximity for them for a year, 2 years, and then you're just forced to kind of become friends because it's just every day together, you live together, you eat together, you play together. But then it's like after that all ends, it's just you don't speak. What would you say are some of the relationships that you don't really have any contact with that you like regret the most? Like who are people that you played with where it's like, wow, we were so close and like we shared so many good memories, and now you're just like a stranger. Who out there is like that for you?
Must be Armut, I think, because I think we had a lot of fun with Armut, and it was like I enjoyed spending time with Armut. You know, and we were always like we lived together for the 1 year in Medlands, me and Humanoid and him. We were a good trio. You know, we had a lot of fun. Probably, I mean, I still speak to Humanoid a lot, so I don't miss that guy. Fuck that guy. But with Armor, I rarely speak. I don't even see him in LEC, you know. Elyoya, I at least see in LEC and we like speak to each other in the LEC studio, or, like say hello, something like that. But with Armor, there is no contact whatsoever, and I feel like his career is slowly ending. So that is probably the one guy.
It's one of
And
the
with Labrov as well.
yeah. One of the themes I'm kind of getting from you is quite interesting. It's interesting to hear you so kind of like openly with no disguise and just kind of like just saying it how it is in regards to like people's careers being like on the downturn or over or like skill fading. I wanted to ask you like firstly I want to ask you like why is that? Like why are you so comfortable saying that? Not to say there's anything wrong with it, but like other people would say the same, but they would maybe be a bit more they would add like a bit of armor to it to like soften it. But you seem very matter of fact in just saying the skill is gone or like his career is slowly dying. Where does that come from?
I mean, just from like how he was playing, you know.
No, no,
I
no. I
just
don't. I don't
didn't.
mean how his career died. I mean like
Oh,
how did it come to pass that you as a person are like so like you're very straightforward in terms of saying like his career has died or something like this. Not in a
I
rude way.
mean,
It's like very
yeah.
like a funeral kind of thing. Like it's like an emotional thing. It's not rude.
Yeah, no, for me, when I say this, I mean he's like just not good enough anymore to play in LEC, in my opinion. So he will never reach his peak again, you know. So by that I mean his career is dying because when we were together, he would like win LEC 2 times, and then the next year it would go to shit, and then he would get demoted to ERL. And I'm not sure what he's doing right now. To be fair, I don't think they had a good success in TCL or something like that, and I saw he left Supermassive. So I just feel bad for Armut because he's like a really fun guy. I wish him the best, you know. And I mean he's that kind of guy who's not gonna get lost in the life. So I don't think he would give a fuck. So I'm open about it, you know.
Of course, but for me, what I'm getting at and what's interesting to me is you as a person, it seems to be like when you're talking about these things, I get the impression that it's kind of like you're not saying it from a place of flame, but it's like the matter of factness of it is like quite emotional. It's like a thing of like there's a degree of like mourning to it. Like I wanted to ask you like how do you react emotionally to like people you care about, people you played with, like kind of like losing it?
Well, I'm thinking. Wait, can you repeat the first part? Like, bro, your English, you are speaking like you're a fucking
I'm sorry.
lord
I apologize.
from the UK, you know? Like
Yeah.
my Czech brain.
I'm sorry.
Signals.
So like you as a person, it feels like when you're delivering these statements about, oh, the career is done, it's almost like you're giving a funeral speech. So it's quite like emotional. And I wanted to ask you like what is your like emotional reaction to like seeing people like lose it? Because there's obviously an element of that that's like funny because it's your friend and you want to make fun of your friend, but I always get the impression when you speak about it that it's like something that you're kind of like mourning in a way, like you're sad about it. Is that the
I
case?
mean, it's mainly because I still connect him. Like I connect these people with good memories that we had in 2021, for example, where like I said before, we spent so much time together, and like we built some bond and some good friendship.
Hmm.
Like I feel sad for him that like once his career ends, we will probably never see each other again. Like already we don't see each other for like 4 years,
Is that
3 years.
quite strange? Because it's what I was talking about in the lead up to this question, the thing of like you have such a career where it's like these people are like fleeting moments in your life, like they're so present in your life for a year. Sorry, what's so funny right now, by the way?
I'm sorry for like, bro. Someone actually had to. I needed you to repeat the question because someone was fucking calling me, and I don't know. Like, I'm not sure if someone needs toilet paper in the house, bro. Can you give me 1 second?
Yeah, do your thing. Oh, he's such a troll,
Okay,
man.
all good, all good, all good, bro. All good, all
Okay,
good.
okay. I was just looking at you. I was just like, what does he find so funny about what I'm asking? Like,
Like it happened to me. Like someone was out of toilet paper in the house, and they were calling for me,
yeah,
and they couldn't get to me for like 10 minutes. I was playing arena, like, and
dude.
someone
Like when I
couldn't
was
wipe their
when I
ass
was
for a long
interviewing
time.
when I was interviewing Nemesis, I was getting phone calls. Like my flatmate was he like needed to be let into the apartment, but like Nemesis was in the middle of like a 5 minute rant about Vel'Koz, so I was just like wasn't gonna interrupt him. So my flatmate was just waiting for ages.
That's nice. Like
Yeah,
respectable.
exactly. We got things
We
to
are on the
do.
grind set.
Exactly, exactly. What I was gonna ask you is, fuck, what was my question?
Now you're lost,
No, 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 I remember. You
lost in
you
the sauce,
you exist in. You can never get lost in the sauce. I love sauce.
like Asterix and Obelix,
Wow, good reference.
and you're the Obelix.
You would be the short one. I'd be the big fat one.
You'd be the guy that fell into the barrel, yeah, or
Lovely
like into
stuff.
the cauldron.
Surprised you know that word. It's a big word for you. Um, uh, you exist in such a career where it has this weird aspect to it that we were talking about, in that like you for about a year or two of your life will have these people that are so present for you and are so there every day, and then like you're saying, it's like they're just gone. How does that like how do you adjust to that as a person? Because it's like the way you form relationships must be so strange. Remember when I was speaking to Inspired about this, we kind of got to the bottom of his psychology in the interview by it was like a thing of like he realized at a certain point, well, these people aren't around for ages. These people aren't here to be my friends. I'm here to win. Does it make that difficult? Because you as a person are someone who's always maintained being friendly with all of your teammates. Is that not difficult knowing that one day they might be gone and you might never speak to them again?
To be fair, it doesn't really make it difficult. Like for me, I'm friendly with them. We are in team. I'm trying my best to win, and I'm trying to like connect on a human level to make everything be better and to make it easier for everyone. Like just to know how I can approach them. How I can make the most out of the emotional connection that we have. So that is important for me. Like I can't say I'm on a bad note with anyone who I've ever played with,
No, I've never heard that.
but it doesn't. Yeah, but what? You didn't hear that or what?
I've never heard anyone say a bad word about you.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I don't think so either. Like I'm always like had never anything personal with anyone I've ever played with. It was never personal, but it doesn't really make it difficult for me like when their career ends. Like if we are really good friends, then we are staying connected afterwards. Like for example, me and Alfar, we were quite good friends, and we still like talk to each other like once per year. Like we start messaging each other on Instagram, for example.
Yeah, he's going to join your ex now.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Now I'm gonna see him. Or like with selfmade, we sometimes like we play arena. Like from time to time we just talk to each other on league or something.
that's
It's the
interesting.
same.
That's interesting. I suppose what I was getting at is one of the things I've noticed about you from being friends with you is you've got a lot of love to give. You've got like a very big heart. Were you always like that?
I mean, when there are people that I like, I want them to be like successful, or if I can help, I would help, you know. But I'm not gonna give you any money, bro.
That's not. That's not what I was. I don't. I've never asked you for any money. So, let's stop this now. You're such a prick. Like what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, it feels like you have a lot of love to give, and your heart is very big. And I kind of wanted to like understand, like with you and Mickey, it's like I feel like when I interview you guys, I'm more comfortable speaking about you as people because it's like I kind of know you a little bit better. So I kind of wanted to get an idea of like I met your parents once as well. I didn't really understand what they were saying because they didn't really speak. It was interesting. I do you remember the story of like, so I was sleeping on your couch, and you didn't tell me
Yeah,
your
they
parent.
came.
You didn't tell me your parents are coming around, and I just like woke up and I like wasn't really like wearing that much, and I just like got up and your parents were just there. But I met them and they seemed like lovely people, and I wanted to kind of
They are.
understand the person that you are. Like, what are your parents like? Like, what was your childhood like?
I mean, my parents, they're like for me, like they gave me a lot of love and they fully supported my career ever since I was 14. Until then, they was a little bit difficult because they were like, "Oh, video games, you shouldn't be playing so much." But then I started making the cash, so like they were like, "Ah, okay, full support, let's go."
Isn't your dad like your dad handles a lot of your like money and like business portfolio, right?
Oh, not anymore, not anymore.
Oh,
I
what?
do everything myself.
Did he make a fuck up or like what
No,
happened?
no, 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 all good, all good.
Your dad,
No, he didn't.
your dad spent the Vitality 2022 roster on crypto, didn't he?
No, 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 he didn't. He didn't, bro. He didn't. Like, I do some business with my father, but like, it's more like car business because he understands cars.
Interesting. Yeah, because you have a few like side businesses, don't you? Are you willing to talk about them?
Side businesses.
Yeah, you have a few like side hustles that you do.
The Vietnamese mafia business.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you ever spoken about that?
No, no, this is top secret mission, guys. This is top secret mission. Soon there will be more info on the surface, but
Yeah.
not yet.
For those that don't know, I won't reveal too much because I'm actually afraid for my life. You're connected with some dangerous Vietnamese people, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. That's all we
That's all I can say. That's all I can say.
I felt like an electrical shock in my neck there when I started talking about it.
And that's probably the chip we have installed.
Yeah, the chip is activating. That's great now
Can't
because
speak about it too much.
everyone who's watching is just like they have no idea what this is about, and it's going to be. I hope this becomes a thing. For the last year or two, I've joked about being your agent. It's not really a joke. It's been a horrible experience being your agent. How do you think I've done as your agent? How would you rate?
Shit.
What are your main?
Ever since you became my agent, my career went to shit, little bro. Look at
That's
the
true.
places I've finished. From first place to this,
It's
7th or 6th.
it's true. What do you think are the main like? What would you say are the worst things I've done as the agent? Like, what led us to this position?
Probably the skid mark on the toilet is rank 1. Rank 2, I had to wash all the fucking sheets you used because you didn't shower for like 1 week, bro.
Yeah, nice.
Like there was full sweat on like my razor.
That's just not true because I slept on a sofa.
Yeah, and there was no, it wasn't chair. It was like a razor pillow,
That's not a sheet.
a razor pillow. You slept on it, you sweated on it, and you also, I think you did something else in the apartment. Like I had to clean after you. That was the worst part. If I had to clean after you, if I took shit on the toilet,
Yeah. A lot of this
like
is a
on the toilet,
lot, a
not
lot.
in, on the toilet, on the toilet, not into the toilet.
So- so-
Okay.
Some of this is true. Some of this is complete exaggeration, but it's just like, what can I do? We just have to believe you. Like, if the thing is, if I talk about some of the stuff that you did to me in that house,
What did I do to
you can say goodbye to your vitality contract.
you? Say it.
You can
Say
no,
it.
I'm not gonna
Cancel me right now.
I'm not gonna say it because
Cancel me.
I care about you, and it's not just you that benefits from the money you make. There's other people,
Oh,
your
I
family.
see you.
No, no,
Yourself.
not
You and
me,
yourself.
not me,
Yeah.
not me. I don't want to. I want to make it so that you can put food in your family's belly. Let's put it that way. Let's not reveal
Good
what
way.
went down in that apartment.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Sure.
sure. Handshake. Um, 2026. Worlds? Do you think you'll make it?
Yes,
Why will you make it?
you will see.
There are 3 teams that can make it to Worlds. It feels like the dynasty, the kind of the structure of the league at the moment is that like some of the teams are so far ahead and they only continue to strengthen. You're going to have to break down a serious power structure in order to move up the rankings there. How are you
I
going
will
to do it?
go and fuck them.
Okay. How when you say that, how do you mean?
I'm gonna destroy them, ruin them.
Who are we talking about here?
KC,
Interesting.
G2,
That's
MKOI.
that's sort of a metaphorical albatross that you'd like to wear around your neck. You're gonna go and fuck KC.
Yes,
Kalist Busio versus Carzzy Fleshy. You think you can?
yes.
How do you think that's gonna go?
I can 1v2. I can 1v2.
Interesting.
It
You don't
doesn't matter. I'm gonna be on my peak next year. You will see.
your peak
I
ever.
will reach. Yes, I will reach my biggest peak next year.
And what are you planning to do that? Like, give me some like. Are we talking about solo queue games? We're talking about VOD reviews.
I will play many games. I will stay in the office. I will review everything. I will review with the team. I will connect with the team. I will be there to give moral support. I will feed the team. I will make sure my teammates are on a good mental level. I will fucking hype them up. I will never give up. And I will perform every game. And I will try hard every single scrim game. And I will tilt, but not that much.
But do you not think this is difficult when you have the jungler that you do?
I think Lyncas has a lot of work to do, but I will manage. Me and Naak will carry.
Okay, so Naak is the best player on the roster apart from you.
Yes, after me.
100%. He's quite an interesting person, isn't he? Tell me a little bit
He
about
is
him
very
and
interesting.
tell me about your relationship with him and give us a little bit of an insight because he's one of those players where like people are a little bit hyped about him, but there's no interviews with him, so no one really knows anything that much about him. Talk to me a little bit about Naak.
I mean, he's a silent guy, kinda. He's like really fucking smart about the game. Like, he has insane mechanics. He's really smart. He doesn't speak so much, but I'm really good friends with him, you know. We have the same sense of humor. It's just nice being with him. We like doing the same stuff. He's the only guy who goes like out with me from the team, kind of. Like, not to clubs, like to eat. To eat. Not popping pills in the clubs, guys. That's not happening. I've seen some tweets.
What
We
tweets
are
have
not the Berlin Meisters.
what tweets have you seen? Sorry, just to clarify.
I don't know. Like people saying we pop in those pills in the Berlin clubs. It's not happening, guys. I haven't left house in 3 years,
There are some people
except for the restaurant.
there are some people from LEC doing that though.
What?
No, never mind. Um, Nako, so you're saying he's the only one who comes out to eat food with you. So like Lyncas and the rest of them, they're very antisocial. They kind of just eat food in the office, or
Yeah. We eat in the office. I mean, I don't know. We just spend time like Naak is just a goat, you know. He won in life. This guy. I can't say why, but he's a winner.
I know a little bit of the story. I'd love to speak
Yeah.
to him about it. I feel like he wouldn't want to talk about it, but yeah, he's won. I agree with you.
Yeah. He's like richest guy in the Turkey.
It's like you with
He's
your.
Erdogan's son.
I don't know if you should say that. That's quite like. I don't think you should get political ever. It's like controversial, you know.
Is it? Okay, sorry, my bad. I'm taking it back.
Thank you. That's very good of you.
I don't understand what it means. My low intelligence should defend me and protect me from the statement that I just made.
It's interesting. Um, I wonder what else to kind of talk to you about. I feel like we've kind of spoken about quite a lot already. Um, we talked about kind of struggles you went through. I suppose I kind of wanted to get from you. It's a thing where it's difficult to know how to arrive at the conclusions, or like difficult to know how to like ask the questions that will get me to this point. But I'd love to hear like every funny story you have that maybe you haven't shared before about players, about teams, scrim games, going to worlds. Is there anything that comes to mind for that?
Stories when it comes to
Yeah,
this?
I'd love to hear funny stories. I feel like you must just have so many funny stories.
I mean, I have stories that are funny, but I cannot speak about them. You know what happened last time I spoke about funny stories on the Torin I Will Dominate podcast?
What happened? I
You
can't
don't
remember.
remember?
No, I don't think I
The
watched it.
Armut, Kebab, Pizza, Burger, Humanoid, World of Warcraft, canceling screams, partying every day, canceling screams.
Do you have any other stories like that you'd like to share with us?
I can't shit, bro. I got into so much trouble for the last time I spoke about something like this. I will think of something. I'll think of something that is family friendly.
Of course.
Actually, we were on a kayak trip this last split,
Yeah.
and it was kind of fun. We were like drinking on a boat on off day, just like going through the canal in Berlin, like somewhere outside of Berlin, actually, like 1 hour drive or 40-minute drive. And like Lyncas, Naak, and Chag were on the same boat, and like our performance coach, that he just like trolled them and he threw them into the water, you know, and like they were all wet and they had to drive wet all day long when it was quite cold outside and it was raining. And that was a little bit unfortunate for them. There are some pictures that I do not currently have, otherwise I would have shown you. But yeah, that was a nice story where the people just fell into the water and were really angry. It's
Was
not
it?
funny, it's just a story.
Was there a part of you that was kind of, for someone like Lyncas, you must have been thinking, well, if he drowns, maybe we can get a better jungler.
No, I don't wish him any harm. Actually, Lyncas was here in Czech Republic during this off season,
Or
and I brought him to a Czech bar.
was he there saying, please let me keep my job?
Yes, so exactly something like that. But he was here, and we went to a restaurant, like to a bar together, and we were drinking. And he's a guy that doesn't drink, so he
Yeah.
was already tapped in after one beer.
Oh wow.
And like I kept buying, you know, like a good friend, I kept buying, so he could say no. I'm like, oh, just one more. He popped like 4 beers, and it was wonderful, bro.
What was he
It
like
was
when he
wonderful
was? What
experience.
was he like when he was drunk?
And he was doing some TikTok 8-year-old kid shit, you know. He was like doing
No,
fucking Fortnite emotes in
no,
real life.
he wasn't.
Yeah, he was doing Fortnite
Oh, that's
emotes
so
IRL.
embarrassing.
He was talking to this old lady that was like 70. I think he was flirting,
He's
but I
trying
don't
to.
think she really understood.
He was trying to bang a granny.
Yeah,
He's a granny
I hope
shagger.
he
Are you telling me that
I hope he hears this.
Lyncas is a granny shagger?
Sounds fucking shouting at me. Yeah, Lyncas is a granny shagger.
No, he's like Wayne Rooney.
Yeah, I mean, he's into the older ladies. I mean, I was afraid of letting him meet my grandma, to be fair.
This is incredible. How old is your grandma?
Holy shit, like 75?
Well, that's prime age for Lyncas.
It is the prime age, yes. It can't go under 70.
No follow up to this whatsoever. This is like, what could you possibly say?
Lyncas, bro, I just tuned in. What are you guys saying? Lyncas, it got leaked, bro. It got leaked what we were doing in the Czech village. I'm sorry. I'm so fucking sorry.
It's all good. What's like if you've got any family friendly ones, like what's the craziest thing that's happened when you and Marek have gone out?
Sorry, I was listening to Lyncas. Can you repeat, bro?
If it's family friendly or whatever you're comfortable sharing, what's like this craziest story of like you and Humanoid going out?
Dude, I don't think there was anything family friendly ever. Let me
Well, what are
like
you what let's just involve you. Let's not implicate anyone else. Tell me some crazy Carzzy stories from when you were a bit younger. Of like going out, like maybe you're at like a after party for an event or something like this, celebration. What kind of situations has Carzzy gotten himself into?
I mean, if I say anything from these stories, I think I'm gonna get fucking cancelled, bro. Like, I legit don't have any family friendly story. You know? I don't know. There is nothing I can say. Jake, I'm not lying. Like, there are Czech lands, but everything involves illegal stuff that I was not doing. I wasn't, but other people.
Well, is the Czech scene quite like what is it like? Explain it for people who are English.
Czech scene?
Yeah.
Well, it's like like a village football match, you know, when the people that don't understand football go there, get fucking wasted and shout at each other, and then like there is fight and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Were,
like
were
a
there
village football league.
were there people fighting each other at the Czech lands?
Yeah, I think so. Like there was a lot of beef. There was a lot of drama because of girls and stuff.
That's fair enough. But I suppose you were probably too young for all of that, right? Like when you was
Yeah, I
playing
was 14.
what was it like going to these lands? Because like like typically the experience of being like a 14-year-old gamer and like going to like lands is quite like PG. But I know in like the UK and probably in Czech Republic there's similarity. Like if you go to like back in like when you're 14, if you go to like Insomnia or whatever, or like a LAN in like Birmingham or like probably the same in Czech Republic. Like was it a thing where you were going there and it's like you're just surrounded by adults and it's just like someone buys you a beer? Like I remember going to like
Yeah,
Call of Duty events when I was like 15 and like people would buy me a beer.
I mean, yeah, it happens. I mean, the first time I got drunk was like when I was. Oh, you say it first, actually. Say it first. When did you get drunk for the first time?
Oh, I was probably like 13. Like we bought like a bottle of like Lambrini or something and like drank it in a park. Like back then it was just
Then you're
like
better than me.
I don't think I'm better than you because of that. But like I did, I
No,
like
no, no.
I smoked weed when I was like 13 as well. Like everyone in everyone in my friend group like did everything like mega young. Like people were doing like they were like smoking weed when they were 13. Like people were doing like MDMA when they were like 14. Like growing up in London was like crazy. Like everyone just did everything so early. Not me though. I actually never really
Yeah.
I never really liked drugs to be honest with you. I smoked quite a lot of weed though when I was younger. Completely fried my brain. I had like major anxiety. I remember this. I'll tell you a story one time. There's one time my best friend at the time, we used to smoke weed together all the time, and he went downstairs to like make food for himself, and I was like catatonic. Like I had like close to passing out. Like we'd smoke like really strong weed, and then like he was gone, and it's one of those things where it's like it must have only been like an hour, but it felt like 5 hours. And at one point, I thought that his mum was at the door, like looking at me, and like to see if I was like high. So like I like pretended to be asleep for like literally maybe like 45 minutes. And I realized when I finally like opened my eyes that his mum the entire time was like a coat on the door. And like I just
Oh.
yeah, she was just a coat. And like I'd just been freaking the fuck out the entire time.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's interesting story. Actually, now I remembered one story
Okay, go
because
ahead.
of yours. So I had this apartment in Berlin, and like we were sitting outside. It was like 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. And we
Mhm.
were sitting outside with my friends, and I played like a really loud sound of like a girl screaming, and I said, like I didn't think it was from a movie, and it was like a woman screaming. Okay, it was like a scream, like if there was a murder or something, and it was really loud. And I played it outside, and I'm like, okay, it sounded realistic, guys. What do you think? Yeah, yeah. And then people started coming out of the doors, like 4 people came out of their homes, and they saw us like sitting on the, and they were like, guys, did you hear someone screaming? And I'm like, they were in pajamas, like with headlights, flashlights, and they're like, did you hear someone scream? And I'm like, no, we didn't hear anyone scream. Oh, that's weird. And they started looking, into the forest. They started going to the forest and look for someone and like shouting. I mean, that was a little bit.
This is good that you've had a moment like this because it's like yesterday when I interviewed Sanchovies, I revealed that like I told the story about like me and my friends group chat. So like me and my best friends in real life, like our whole like the culture of the group chat is that we're just horrible to each other. And like I revealed that like I got like the AI chatbot to write a play about like his father who passed away, and like everyone was reacting like I was insane. And like I feel like now that you said that, like people are gonna react similarly. So it's like now we're even, you know?
Yeah,
It's good. It's good.
yeah,
It's good stuff. What have you? Are you like someone who likes to pull pranks on teammates? I feel like
yeah.
you're a bit of a prankster. What are some of the
I do.
what are some of the best pranks you've pulled on teammates?
Mm. I don't know if I should say this one. Wait, let me see. And that this one was on Humanoid. I like put something on something inappropriate on his desktop, as a wallpaper. And I waited for him to come, and he was like kind of naked. He was just in underwear, and I took picture of him with the shit on the desktop. You can imagine what it was. like we are just guys, like the classic stuff young guys do. So I have this to blackmail him. Um, I have this.
This is a good one.
I'm thinking what else I have.
I know
And
that you
actually, I
like
was
to.
always
Sorry, go on.
no. What say what you want to
You
say?
do the thing where you like to take photos of people when they ring the bell on your intercom.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. That is a good one. Yeah. This is the funniest picture I have of him, probably after the one that I just told. The next one, I mean, I don't know. I feel like I didn't do that many pranks, or they weren't like major enough for me to remember.
Do you feel like next year maybe
Maybe
it'd be a good idea to get people motivated by pranking them a bit bigger?
I think so. I think it would be definitely good.
I think
And
we could come up with some ideas.
sometimes you like when we were having lunch in this vitality, like people would just pull down their pants. Like I would go from behind, pull down someone's pants.
Who were you doing that to mostly?
I mean, Lyncas, Chayek, Cass, Pat, but Pat wouldn't care.
Yeah, Pad is crazy, by the way. Like he
Yeah,
like
Pat wouldn't give a fuck.
he's just insane. Like he's just like he's about as tall as me. He's like a blonde Danish guy who like loves Liverpool FC like to death. I remember
Yeah.
he went to like a pub in Korea to go and watch Liverpool,
Yes.
which is like insane to me. And he doesn't like he's like insane. Like he'll just take his top off and start like singing the Danish national anthem. You're going to be
Yeah,
working.
he is crazy.
You're going to be working quite closely with him next year. What's your relationship like with him? Like, what is he like as a coach? That's an interesting question to talk about. Your coaching staff, Mac and Pad, have gotten a lot of shade over the last like year or two. People have called them anything from like ineffectual. They're saying they just don't get the results. Neo's even come out and said, not directly, but like it's been implied that like there's a lot of pressure for results. Talk to me about what's gone on with that, with the coaching staff, because they were like a very winning duo, and it feels like it's stagnated massively in the last year or two. What's the truth behind that?
Mm, I'm not sure I should be speaking on this, to be fair.
Okay,
I don't think I'm allowed by Vita to speak on this,
okay,
So,
that's fair enough. But in any case,
but
maybe you could give us some insight on what it was like working with those two, and like what the good parts are, like what they bring to it. Because like the thing is, for us, it's always a weird thing where like people like, evaluate coaches and they're like, oh, he's good, he's bad, but only really the players know because you get to see them directly. Like what are Mac and Pad good at? Like what skill set do they bring?
I mean, Mac's biggest skill set is like he's really good with people. I'd say like he knows for the most part when to like enter heated discussions and like how to deal with people that are being anxious or something like this and try to help them. Pat is really good at scouting and like said, giving doing presentations for the players to like have a clear vision of how to play the game, let's say. So I think those are their biggest strengths as coaches. I for sure forgot something. It's impossible to say everything. Like everyone, they are doing a lot of stuff, right? But like I think this is like what I sense that this is their biggest strength. Then again, I think I mean, if like coaching stuff can only affect so much, like sometimes there is just not much you can do with not the correct roster, and you don't know
You
how
can't
people
polish a
are,
turd.
and like, sorry, what?
You can't polish a turd.
Yeah, exactly. Like coaches can only do so much. I don't think like if rosters are going to shit, I don't think it's because like the coaches are like not teaching the players. I don't think that's the case. It's rather choosing the players. Because if you're a really bad player, I don't think coach can do anything. Like it has to come from you as a player.
Interesting. And I guess what I wanted to ask you is kind of like the duo between the Mac and Pad, like the formation, like what it appears to be from the outside is like Mac is more like the man manager, like he's good with the people, and then like Pad is more the gameplay. But is that maybe like not as clear as it is? Like, has Mac also got quite good game knowledge? Like,
I mean, they have good game knowledge. Like both of them have good game knowledge. It's just like what they focus on, so they don't do the same stuff, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
Everyone prefers doing something else, so that's why we have like more coaches in the team, so everyone like they can split the jobs.
Interesting. I think one of the final things I wanted to ask you is you got quite a close relationship, like jokingly, with like Vladi over the last year or two. And there's a
Yeah,
thing where like it even got you into trouble at times. There's lots of people who like very parasocially will like
yeah.
suggest that you're like the reason why he ran into issues at KC and like you guys were like corrupting him and like trying to poach him and like all of this kind of stuff. There's obviously a fallout. Um, there's a fair degree of it that there's a degree of it that's like fair criticism from the way the Lyncas stuff went down. So like it's a remnant of that. But in any case, I wanted to kind of get your take on your relationship with Vladi, like what the truth of it is, like rage baiting KC fans, kind of like on this theme. Your general thoughts.
I mean, I just like rage baiting people that are not like that are crazy, you know. I think people are sometimes way too crazy, like when it comes to them thinking they can affect everything. And me and Vlad, like I kind of enjoyed it because like a lot of KC fans understood that it's fun, you know. But there were the extreme fans that thought like everything is real and like we are doing X and X with Vladi when we didn't even spend time together, you know. Like we just legit saw each other IRL like twice, and that was like on once was in Paris when we were having the offline event in KC Arena. We spent like one night there together talking, and that was like actually that was probably the only time we spent together in real life. There was nothing else. And once we went to Penny together, and we didn't even like talk to each other so often, you know, only like when we were sniping each other in solo queue, and everyone thought like we are doing some crazy shit. So that was funny. Well, I have good relationship with Vladi, but I think he's even way more. He's more troll than I am, you know. So even I don't know when to take him seriously because I feel like it's impossible to take him seriously.
Yeah, I remember him messaging me randomly. There's a tweet I made. He's like he messaged me one day asking me like how to like fix a webcam. He's like, bro, my webcam doesn't work. And it's like, why?
Yeah.
It's just like, why are you messaging me? Like, I'm not like tech support. So you can
He's
never.
stupid. He's stupid.
Yeah, he's quite like, yeah. I feel like that's not unfair to say. He's a bit of a caveman, like
Yes, he is. He
from the
is.
time that I've known him. But he's also quite good at League, which is strange. He's quite it's quite like a rarity. Like, why do you think he's so good at League, despite being like a bit of a caveman?
I mean, I think. I don't think he's stupid. Like stupid. Like stupid. I think he's stupid
No,
when it comes to
no,
like.
I think it's just like
It's weird.
you just look at him and you just like you don't think there's anything going on up there, but there probably is.
Yeah.
He just
Yeah.
looks
Exactly.
he looks lost all the time.
Like he just enjoys leagues, so that's where he puts 100% of his brain activity, you know. And then like he can't even use his phone to call someone.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, that's how it is.
I remember I asked him to come on, do a bit of a leak. I've asked him to come on. He's going to come on at some point, but he's got to come on when he's back in Berlin. So I asked him, "Do you have a webcam?" He said no, and I was like, "Oh, can you ask someone for one? Like, surely you've got a friend where you are, like they'll have one." And he's like, "No, no one in 100-mile radius has a webcam."
What?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Peak stupidity. Peak stupidity, Vladi.
Yeah, it's crazy. And in any case, it's been lovely speaking to you, Carzzy, and
To you too, baby.
it's obviously difficult because there's a lot of things that you can't talk about at the moment. It's awkward, but I'm sure that when things are more revealed, we can have another conversation in the future at some point. Is there
And it
anything?
will be more
Are there any other
more
topic? Are
potent.
there any things that you wanted to kind of speak about? What topics that are important to you?
I mean, I said everything. Like, I wanted to speak about like the next year we did. I said I'm gonna perform, and we are gonna be like top team contender. I'm really confident in it. So
What are you willing to bet that on? Because like Mickey was saying all of these crazy things, but he didn't really like put a bet on it. Like, is there anything you're willing to like give up or sacrifice? I'm not asking you to bet money against me, but like, what will you
I mean,
do?
you can if
What will you do if you don't say, let's say top three, top four?
I'm willing to invite you to Czech Republic and live with me for a week.
Okay. That's not like a great. I was more like hoping it would be like shave your eyebrows or something like
Money,
that, but sure.
money.
No, no,
You
no.
want
Like
money?
for the fans, like what are you willing to give up? Like, what crazy thing are you willing to do?
Give up? I mean, I'm giving up my toilet if I invite you to my home, bro. So
So you will retire if you don't get top 4 next split.
no, I didn't say that.
You said give up.
No, give up my
Oh,
toilet.
okay, cool.
But
Right,
if you come, I'm giving up my toilet. Do you understand? You skid
no,
markster.
I'll be a lot more polite next time. I really do feel bad about that, man.
Okay.
You know, I love you and I respect you, and
I love you too, and I respect you.
thank you so
My
much.
my leprechaun.
That's so sweet of you. Did you ever read? Because I don't know. I think we've spoken about it before. There's someone who wrote a fan fiction about us.
You've sent it to me. I think I don't remember though.
Yeah, it's quite romantic, but like the general theme of it is like you're the aggressor in the story. Like you're the one who's like trying to seduce me, but you're doing it in a way of like you're playing with my feelings. Like you're the bad
Oh,
boy.
I'm abusive.
You're like the bad boy in the story, you know? Like you're like it's so gay, I can't do it. I can't talk about it, it's so
Say
uncomfortable.
it. What did I do to?
No, it's like a thing of like
What do you wish I did
in the
to?
story it's like we had our like the fan fiction that someone wrote is like
Sorry,
in the fan fiction is like so just for context, like
fiction.
when we interviewed each other at MSI, I
Mm-hmm.
read a
The
fan fiction.
cunnilingus?
I read a fan fiction to you, and then someone based on that interview went away and read and wrote their own fan fiction about us. And the way it goes is like I interviewed you, and then it starts, and I'm by my car, and like I've just finished the interview, and then you come rushing out, and you're like, "Don't go! Like, give me your phone number or something like that." And then you like pin me to the hood of the car, and you start like making out with me.
I mean,
Yeah.
bro, I'm getting kinda.
Yeah.
It's getting hot in here. It's getting warm.
Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff.
Mm.
But have you gone away and like because there was a period of time where you were like writing a lot of fan fiction. Was that you? You were writing that?
Yes.
Where do you get like the inspiration from? Because it's all quite steamy. You're like not a bad writer. It's quite sexy.
I mean, once I stumbled upon some Chinese lads writing fan fiction about me, Elyoya-Supa, like the 2021 roster, and it gave me inspiration.
But you're like one of the I can't take it seriously. You're like
Like
the only
archive
you're
of
like
our own.
yeah, I'm familiar with it. You're like one of the only people I could ever imagine like reading a story about like you and Humanoid fucking each other and like finding it funny.
I mean, bro, I read it and I sent it. I remember sending, like, I just saw it randomly and I sent it to the Discord group and I told them to read it, It
Did
was so
anyone
funny.
did anyone read it?
I'm not sure, but I was getting gangbanged by everyone in that story, bro.
Why do you think you were the one getting gangbanged?
I don't know. I guess I look like
Yeah.
feminine.
So all the stories were you getting gangbanged.
No, in some, it was like me dominating Humanoid, bro. Of course. Of course.
This is amazing. I think we've got to end on this note because I'm getting slightly uncomfortable, and I'm sure people are watching are. But it's been lovely speaking to you. Is there anything you'd like to shout out? Any person that you'd like to kind of give a nice set of words to? I'll give you a
Shout
suggestion.
out.
What about your lovely girlfriend? What about her?
Oh, yes. Shout out to my girlfriend. You are the best. Love you, baby.
She's amazing. Could you tell us a little bit about her, if people that don't know, because I know her quite well as well. Very talented
Sh-
DJ, very talented artist.
Yes. Very talented DJ, very talented artist. Rank 1 DJ in Czech Republic some years ago.
I know we said we're going to
Girl
end,
DJ,
but
girl
I
DJ.
know we're going to say we're going to move on, but it'd be quite interesting to hear this. You've been in a relationship with her for a while. I think you guys got together around about the time that I met you as well, because I remember it was a thing where I think you've just gotten together when I was staying with you, or maybe just before
Yeah.
then. What's that like been like? Because it's been 2 years. She's a very creative person. She's quite crazy like you are in a way, but more controlled in a creative output. How has she changed your
Yeah.
life? I feel this is a chance for you to give like a really sweet answer.
And she gave me stability in my life.
That's really sweet.
She made my life stable, and she makes me that she's the person where where I know I can always trust and rely on her as she can rely on me. You know, we can rely on each other.
That's lovely. And in terms of like her, what does her kind of her as a person and who she is, being this like very creative person, like how does that like motivate you in certain ways?
I mean, I never thought of it this way. I mean,
Mm,
she doesn't motivate me by being creative person. She motivates me by being herself, you know, because I want to be the best, so I can give her my best and make her life nice.
that's really sweet. Thank you so much for coming on, Carzzy. We appreciate you.
Thank you, broski. Thank you so much for inviting me. It was lovely.
Amazing. And we'll see you soon.